Alright, so let's go ahead and go over problem 6 from the Module 5 problem set. We have a problem involving, let's see here, let's look at this here. A researcher randomly selects 10 fathers who have adult sons and recorded the fathers and son heights. So as you can see here, based off of what's mentioned, we're going to have matched paired data, meaning the data is dependent. Each variable is dependent on each other because they're father and son pairs, and they're matched by it's the father and son of each, so 6 pairs. So we know we're going to do a matched paired hypothesis test, which was discussed in chapter 11. Now I'm going to show you how to do this on StatCrunch first, because it's the easiest way of doing it. Excel there's a lot of clicks going on. You're not really sure where to go because there's so many different places to go on Excel. You can do it in Excel, but you'll see that it's really easy to do on StatCrunch. So let's take a look at this. So we're going to open up in StatCrunch, and we are going to open up the data in StatCrunch. Let's do that first. Now, notice that I can open up the data in StatCrunch. I don't have to enter any of it in, and it's all sorted here. And we have the observations 6. Observations doesn't really matter. All we care about is the actual data. Variable 1, variable 2, it labels it for you already, and you choose what you want to do to it. And so we want to do a. You should know that this is going to be a T-stat, because we're dealing with mean, and we don't know standard deviation, population standard deviation. So we're going to have T-stat paired. It's matched paired design. So and they mention this at the end of the chapter, at end of the section where they covered matched paired data, and you just go to the end of the very end. In fact, you can go to the next section and flip back one page, and it'll tell you how to do this, what I'm doing right here on StatCrunch. They tell you to do it on Excel, how to do it on the TI calculator, TI-83. So they'll tell you to go to StatCrunch, go to Stat, T-stat paired, if you have matched paired data. So we'll go to paired, and let's look at the problem really quick. I'm going to look here, and we see that they tell you differences. Father's height minus son's height. So it's important to recognize that. So we want to do fathers first and then son, because that's the order you'll do it in. Because as you can see, sample 1, and then you have mu1 down here minus mu2, and we want father minus son. So father minus son, 1 minus 2. All right. Anyways, we'll go ahead and we want to do a hypothesis test. Good. All right. See, it's all sorted here, and you just go in order and you select all the stuff you want to do. And now, do we want to do a two-tailed test? Let's see here. Determine if the sons are taller than the fathers. If the sons is taller than the fathers, then that means we're doing a left tail test. Okay? So that would be a left tail test, because we're going to have negative values based off of this. If you take if we have sons, which is the second variable, and fathers, the first variable, a small value minus a large value will give you a negative value, so that's left tail test. You kind of have to do that sort of thought process when you're setting this up, especially in like chapter 11 sort of analysis. You have to think about the two different variables and how they work together. All right, so we'll compute. And there we go. We have the p-value. We're done. Well, you have to think about it and make sense of it. But is there a significant difference between father and son? Well, we have a p-value of 0.0467, and we have an alpha of 0.1. So yeah, there is, at least for my problem. So we would, well, actually, they want you to compare the t-value to the critical value, the test statistic to the critical value. So using that, we would You can logically figure this out. So t-stat is negative 2.06, and by rejecting, we know that it's going to be smaller since the left tail test. So test statistic is less than the critical value, and we are rejecting. That is true. Rejecting. Nice work. All right, so that's how you do problem 6, and I would suggest using StatCrunch. It's the way to go. You can do the data analysis tool pack on Excel, and there's an option for 2-variable analysis, t-test. Anyways, I would use StatCrunch because StatCrunch can always be used if you're doing an analytical anything in this course. And Excel is like, you may be able to, I don't know, maybe if you think about it and do some sort of manipulation. It's really easy to do here. So I would suggest using StatCrunch. It is the way to go. And if you have a TI-83 calculator, go ahead and take a look. Go ahead and take a look in the last page of the section that covers this. I believe it's section 11.2. It may be 11.1. I don't have the book in front of me at the moment. But go to the last page, and it will be step-by-step technology, step-by-step, something like that. And it'll explain the steps of how to do it on TI-83 on Excel. And it'll tell you if you can do this match-paired analysis on each form of technology. All right. Well, anyway, let me know if you have any concerns, and good luck.